Today we enter the final week of Season 5. Shadow Company's time in the limelight is coming to a close and we'll be introduced to a new cast of heroes or maybe even foes in just over a week's time. But while we know little so far about Season 6, we do know quite a bit about the end of Season 5 and what's upcoming for this week as well, and what you should also be doing before the season itself ends. So that said, today we're going to discuss the end of Season 5, and as we go along, I'd like to know a few things. Number 1, what weapons are you hoping to see in Season 6? And 2, have you completed your Battle Pass or Officer Challenges or the things we'll discuss here today? Let me know in the comments down below, and as well, if you are new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay to date with all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, and of course Black Ops Cold War, especially if you're a part of that 62% of viewers not subscribed. We got a lot of stuff here up on deck over, of course, the next week and two, with Season 6's launch and the beta to follow shortly after for Black Ops Cold War. So if you're interested, stay right here on the channel. But anyways, let's jump into it. Let's start out with the immediate things and the new items up on deck here that we know about for this upcoming week, the week ahead in COD, and then we can jump into some final reminders of what you'll need to accomplish if you want to complete most of, if not all of, what Season 5 has to offer. So let's start out with, again, the stuff coming this week. The big key marquee items this week include Shoot the Ship and Shipment 24/7. Shoot the Ship Timber is wrapping up, and in doing so, they're now going to allow both of these fan favorites to be played in their own respective 24/7 playlists. Now, truth be told, if you ask me, this is absolutely phenomenal, especially if you're somebody that wants to get your stuff done, because whether or not you're a Shipment or a Shoot House person, you're likely going to be gravitating towards that playlist that we had in the last couple of weeks, and also now whichever one you want now in the 24/7 aspect of it. You can choose whichever one you want, which is great, and again, it provides a fantastic opportunity to complete everything that you may need in, say, your Officer Challenge, or say your rank if you want to rank up all the way. Just like camo challenges and all, the action is always there, so these small maps are, in my mind, the best ones to do everything on. Shipment is basically where I grind it out like all of Damascus after ground war my long shots, and with the action always in place here, well, you're always going to be getting XP for just about everything you do. So you need to rank up, again, perfect place to do so. You need to complete officer challenges, perfect place to do so. So make sure you take advantage of that this week. I'm incredibly excited to jump into it and have those sectioned off into both of their own respective map playlists. Deathmatch Domination is also another thing that is going to be returning here at this week, and I think this is another good one to be introduced here. Deathmatch Domination is a combination of Team Deathmatch and Domination, so not only do you get score for having and holding those objective points, but you also end up getting score towards the overall totals whenever you end up getting individual kills as well. So kind of rewards both styles of play. If you're somebody that likes to play Domination and just go for those kills because maybe it's a longer game than, say, a regular TDM, you can still do that, but you're also playing the objective in that way as well, even if you don't necessarily step on the flag, which is something that, if you of course do both, that helps out greatly as well, but it is something that incentivizes both styles of play, which is awesome. So I'm excited to jump into this one here as well. Later on in the weekend, it was detailed in Battle Royale. We're going to be getting mini Royale trios once again, coming back here from earlier in the season. And for those that missed it or didn't pay attention to it, it's basically you start in with a smaller 1 player count overall and 2 smaller zone to work with. You already have a lot of that map sectioned off by the gas, so you drop in, you end up getting your loadout pretty quickly automatically. You don't need to buy into it really. That drops from the sky after a couple of seconds here once you're on the ground, but then you fight it out, and it's something that takes the action and condenses it a little bit further. Kind of like Alcatraz, but on the same map, where Blackout did it, but with a different map. So definitely something to play around with. That's coming this weekend for this weekend only, it said. But also on the topic of Warzone is that if you haven't played Stimulus Quads or Buyback Quads just yet, 1, do it because it's awesome, and 2, make sure you do it tonight because it's going away as of tomorrow and the upcoming week's playlist update that happens tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you jump on, take advantage of that while that is still available. I would love to say that this is probably going to come around again, but we haven't seen a Stimulus game mode or a Buyback game mode for a couple of weeks here since Stimulus Duos, I think it was last, but I don't know when this will be coming around again. So make sure you take advantage of it while you have the opportunity to do so. The shop will be something that refreshes as it always does. The 2 detailed bundles this week in the Activision's preview blog was that of the Beyond the Pale Ghost bundle. So that's something that players have been looking forward to. I know I got a couple of comments asking, hey, when's this going to be coming around? I want that new Ghost skin. And also the Notice Me 4 bundle is going to be introduced as well this week with that of the anime ride tech with explosive rounds. So again, adding to that armory of anime camos, which to me, I just think is hilarious that at the beginning of the year, we had this whole stress on realism and everything like that. But I think the most uniform in terms of camo designs that we've had overall has been anime camos. So to me, that's funny. I'm all for it, though. I think it's, one, not only just funny, but two, cool to look at with those vibrant colors. But that'll be introduced in the shop as of tomorrow as well. Later on in the week, we'll also see a triple-double event. This is something that I wasn't sure if we'd see. We have had it happen, I think, every season at the end of the season. So I wanted to say to the people that asked it, yes, it will be happening, but we finally got confirmation that it will be. But a double XP, double weapon XP, and double tier progression event will be going on later this week, starting on Friday. So you'll have a whole weekend to grind out absolutely anything you need to. And again, with things like shipment and shoot house 24/7 being introduced, it is a fantastic time to work on just about anything if you still need to catch up with what we have on offer within Season 5. Now, finally, outside of that and independent of the items introduced here, we are likely going to see some teasers here for Season 6. I mean, we have a new season coming next week, and right now, we know next to nothing about what's going to be happening. We didn't really see anything unless you're looking at data mines and stuff that was pulled from the game files that was introduced that really teased what was coming up in Season 6. I think the only thing from an official capacity was that of the new subway station that was seen at the end of COD Champs, but that was about it. So we're more than likely going to be seeing some teasers here, getting us ready for the content coming as of next week. But right now, it's still a relative question mark, and that's something that I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of all of this. But keep your eyes open here. We'll, of course, cover it on the channel as we get those out, but that is what you'll want to be looking out for this week. But now let's talk about what you need to do in this final week of Season 5. There's a few bigger things that you, of course, want to do. Such things being reaching max rank. If you haven't already, of course, you still have a little bit of time. Things like shipment and shoot house 24/7 are XP farms. If you have double XP tokens, use those, of course, this weekend whenever there's a double XP event going on. Play around during that time, but if you haven't already gotten to 155, make sure you do so, because there's actually a pretty cool variant of the Fennec, the Dusk to Dawn variant, that you end up getting just for hitting that max rank. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you do so to complete that. If you haven't completed your battle pass, again, there are a few things you probably want to get through at least, if not the entire thing. I mean, you end up getting Lurch at tier 1 for purchasing the battle pass. The ISO and the AN94 are available at tier 15 and 31. Those are free to all players. Then if you have that premium battle pass, you end up getting the Fiorentino Kilo 141 variant at tier 45, the Conduit ISO variant at tier 85, the Engraven Origin variant at tier 89, and then things like the Rook Rose skin, the Company's Might AN94 variant, and the Veil Hilo skin, all at tier 100 for completing that battle pass. Right now, there is a tier sale going on. Admittedly, I don't care too much for buying battle pass tiers. I think that, at least on my end, for the amount I play, I breeze through the battle pass for the most part, but I definitely think with a weekend event coming up, that's probably something that you may be able to get a decent chunk of that out of the way if you haven't completed the battle pass already. And again, for just simply your playtime, not actually putting the money into it. So if you want to do that, there is one now, but there also is, of course, that double tier progression coming later in the week. Next, of course, you have those officer challenges to complete, those 100 challenges throughout, connected to each of your ranks. But one thing that I really would say to try and complete this season more than any is because the emblems actually look pretty awesome. They remind me of the old school skull emblems from Modern Warfare 2, that Prestige 10 icon, but it is something that you can end up getting here just by simply completing those. I know that I got a little bit of work to do on mine, so I'm going to jump into shipment 24/7, grind those out this week so I can hopefully get the 100% completion animated emblem, but those are available as well. And the final thing that you may want to take a look at here for the end of Season 5 is that of the intel missions, which right now may not hold as much relevance and as much significance as the other items here, but could be very well an integral piece to the Season 6 puzzle. The storyline that we've seen progress throughout the last couple of months within Warzone and Modern Warfare, of course, going to be continuing on with Season 6, but we may get some more teasers here on where that leads if we end up getting a brand new chunk of those intel missions as of tomorrow and the update that we have. Although, truth be told, if you haven't done any of them, it's still a good idea to do so, because that's a hefty amount of XP you end up getting just for simply going to specific items around the Warzone map. So you can end up doing that and, of course, getting some XP that helps you progress through all those other things we just mentioned. But that right now is kind of where we're at here with this, and that is the end of Season 5. What are you hoping to see here out of Season 6? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, did you like Season 5? I was kind of hoping we'd end up seeing maybe something that kicked off Season 6 with an event of some sort. Of course, we did have that Know Your History event, which was pretty cool within Season 5, but I think that with the storyline going on within Warzone, we still could have seen a little bit more. There's still so much more that I think holds significance for that Warzone world. But I guess we'll see how that all works out in time. But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap it up. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think, again, about the end of Season 5? What are you looking forward to with Season 6? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, and of course, Black Ops Cold War. We're round into a very busy next couple of weeks here, and of course, a ton of stuff to follow. So stick it here on the channel if you're interested in any of that. And of course, if you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. But that said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.